Struggling to make traditional pastel techniques work for you? Yeah, me too. So let's try this new mixed media shortcut instead. No rules, no traditional mediums, just texture and fun. So let's get started. So the good people at Lightwish sent me their 72 color set to check out and review. These are going to be my opinions of the set. I was not paid to do this other than getting the set of pastels. But as you guys, if you watch my channel a lot, you know that I actually really love these already. So these come in 2 layers in this really nice cardboard box. They do have foam on top. These are the warm colors, which are great. And then you just pull out the second layer, and here are the cool colors. Nice mix of neutrals in every color. So you've got some neutrals in green and brown, and then also these yellow neutral colors in here, but also vibrant colors. The set I had before is the pastel portrait set, which is very nice as well. But we're going to do a quick swatching of these on this Canson pastel paper. I'm going to speed this up because it'll take too long if I draw out 72 colors. So let's get started. The color range for this set is great for a budget-friendly set. The pigment load is surprisingly high, and texture-wise, they sit right in the middle between not too hard but not too overly buttery. Medium firmness is a huge advantage because the sticks hold their shape, blend smoothly, and they just don't crumble when you try to use them. So here we have all the swatches, colors down, and I think there's some really beautiful colors. These blues are really nice, and I really like the darker ones as well. But these sort of browny greens are really cool. I like the pinks too. Overall, very happy with the colors in this set. They're very creamy. They go down easily, and I think we're ready to make something with them. So let's do that. Okay, so we're working on the Paul Rubens hot press paper today. I've wet it down. It's sort of got a little bit of sheen to it. You can see that. We're just going to start with some watercolor. This is an indigo from Poems About You. My paper is a little wet. I like it a little wet. We just want to get some layers down quickly so we can start adding pastels on top. I think I want a little bit more color through there. Maybe up here at the top. A little bit more drama. You might scoop out some of this a little bit. Take it away. Maybe make it go this way a little bit. Let's add some marks into our sky using our stylus. Just make some marks through here. I think I also want to come in with just a little bit of this sanguine color, just to add a little bit of sort of this orangey tone through here. Okay, let's come in with a little bit of this sort of brown tone. So pretty. Also from Poems About You. Love the set of colors. I'm going to add some green in there as well. Don't want to get too much because we are going to add pastels on top. Let's give a little scrape through here. Get some marks in there. Love a lot of marks. Okay, so we have a beautiful soft landscape here. Let's make it a little dramatic and add some ink. So I'm using the Black Velvet Waterproof India ink. I've got some here on my Cola pen, which I just splattered. And I just want to make some marks through here. And I'll make sure to leave a link to the video where I made this, because it's kind of fun. Fun way to add marks to your work with the Cola pen. Mostly used for calligraphy, but we kind of made it our own over here. Just a fun way to add some unique, unpredictable marks. And then we're going to get some more lines through here. You can see it's kind of hard to control, but that's the beauty of it. That's the fun part. Because it is so hard to control, you can really get some unique marks. Takes you a little bit out of your comfort zone a little bit. Okay, so speaking of that, I'm going to draw into this while it's wet. Just to kind of see what we can get. And this ink dries really fast. But I thought it would be... I tried this yesterday, and I really like the effect of the pastels over the sort of damp ink. Even though it kind of, like, takes it away. I'm not going to use it up here. Well, maybe a little bit up here. But you can see the layers still coming through, and it just gives a little bit more dynamicness to what we've already got down. I thought that was really interesting. Let's add just a little bit more through here. So it's still a little wet. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like how it's smearing together. Sort of blending out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stop there before I really like that bold mark, so I'm just going to kind of leave it. I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll come back and see what else we can do. Okay, so I want to see what happens if I just take some of the pastel and put it on the pebble sensory stones that Miss Jackie Bernardi turned me on to. So I'm going to try to see if we can stamp into this. I think it might need to be a little wet. So I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water there. And let's see what happens when we do this. Ooh, that's fun. Very faint, but kind of cool pattern that we've got going through there. Now, the other thing is it going to stay? Okay, so those marks are going to lift off. So what I've done here, I'm going to take this, I probably need to not use my finger. I'm going to take a little bit of the clear gesso. I'm going to put it on this piece of deli paper. And we're going to put it over this and try to seal these marks in without lifting them up so that they stay where we want them to stay. This should work. I don't use workable fixatives, so this is kind of maybe a workaround. We'll see after it dries if it's going to stay. It seems to have worked pretty well. The marks are still there. Let's let it dry, see what happens. Okay, so everything's dry. Marks aren't coming up. So that worked. Awesome. Awesome. Now what? Now what do we do? I think I want some more of this orangey color in here. So I'm going to put some through here. I just think this color is so pretty. And then I'm going to come back in with a little bit more of my clear gesso. The reason we're using the clear gesso is because when you add it to the pastels, it's going to give you just a little bit of a grittiness to add more layers on top, and it seals it in. And works really great on the watercolor paper. I tried using just regular pastel paper, and the one that I bought, the Canson, I'm not a big fan of. I think it's entirely too thin, and it doesn't obviously work with watercolor. So that was, I mean, I could try a different paper, but I think for me and the way that I work, I really like using the hot press watercolor paper. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this sort of plummy color to it. You can see how that just gives it a grip for the surface with that clear gesso. And got a little bit here on my finger too to kind of It does make them a little darker, I've noticed, but I don't mind that. I absolutely don't hate that. It's fun to paint with your fingers, too. We don't have to use the clear gesso on everything. It just makes using these soft pastels just a little more in line with what I like to do in a very non-traditional way, because I just like them smeary, and trying to make them work like other people make them work doesn't work for me. It's no good, because I end up getting frustrated because it's so, the marks are just falling off the page, and it's really kind of frustrating. So this way I can have a bit more grip on what I'm doing and less worry about the technique almost. Okay. I think I want to add some sort of brown tones down here. Let's get out some more gesso. It almost makes it just almost like a paint, which is kind of neat. But the marks are just better, I think. I like how painterly they can get. It's messy. I like being messy. Let's come back in with our palette knife. Let's scrape back in a little bit. And there you can see we've got the layers underneath. We can add just some more dynamic marks through here. So I'm going to put down a little bit of the clear gesso just right through here. I want to grate some of the pastel over top of it. Okay, so let's just take a little bit of this sort of dark color and push it through the strainer. It's just going to give us a little bit of texture through here. And that should, in my brain, stick to the paper. I'm going to let that dry. Okay, I'm going to come in with a little bit more on the deli paper and just sort of press in some more clear gesso on top just to make sure that it sticks. Okay, I think that worked. Yay! There's a little bit of a close-up of what we've been working on. You'll see that it doesn't come up, and it's all sealed in there, and we didn't have to use any spray fixative, just acrylic medium or clear gesso, and it's all stuck to the paper, which is fantastic. I think I want to put some pastels up here. So I just got these two colors, sort of this purpley color and this pale blue. I just want to put a little bit of this through here. It's going to be very subtle. Now this doesn't have any gesso or anything on it, and I'm not going to add any. I think I'm just going to kind of let it sit there on top. If you're using hot press paper, it's just going to sit there on top. So you're going to have to definitely add some fixative to it, which we will do. I usually just use, when I do these small ones, I usually just use like hairspray or I just add a little bit of spray fixative. I think I'm going to come back in with my jumbo charcoal pencil here and add a little bit of darkness. This is where some of the ink was, but I think we can make it a little bit more dynamic. Add some marks through here to add some interest and some texture. Just felt like it was a little boring over here in this area. Could add texture everywhere. Really like this, what's going on here with these marks. Okay. We might be done. Let me think about it. Okay, I found this salmon color, and it was screaming, pick me up. So we're going to add just a little bit of this in here. I don't know. It felt like it needed a little help. I don't know. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. I was going to add a brighter pink, but I think this salmon, the sort of pinky salmon color, and we need to add it in a couple more spots so it doesn't just stand out there. I'm just thinking down here a little bit. Almost like accent colors, maybe. So if we were going this way, we probably... Let's just put a little bit through here. It doesn't have to be a lot to make your eye move around the page. And it doesn't all have to be the same amount either. Like, it could be different. And don't be afraid to add a bold color like pink or salmon. Oh, I love that. I love what that did to it. Okay, I think we're done. Let's look at it with a matte. Okay, so here it is with a matte. I think it is fun. I love the watercolor with the pastel over top. I love the black mark that we put and then sketch back in with the pastel. I think we got some really cool marks with that technique. Applying the clear gesso to the stamp and using the stamp with the soft pastels is really fun. It's very subtle, but I think it does a really nice job. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna... Here we go. I think that's perfect. I like grating the pastels through the strainer and then putting just a thin layer of the clear gesso on top. And I really like, of course, I like the marks that we made in the beginning. I really like that pop of pink. I think that's really brought the whole thing together because it kind of moves us around. We still have good atmosphere in this piece. I like the way the pink is interacting with that black and the orange and the purple. I think it's a really neat combination of ideas and techniques. I really like these Lightwish soft pastels. I think they're amazing. And I'm not being paid to say that. But I don't use them the way that they were meant, maybe, that they were meant to be used. For me, it's more about just using them as pigment and trying to find ways to incorporate them already into my mixed media workflow. It may not be the way that other people use soft pastels, but this is the way that I am learning to like them as an addition, not the centerpiece of my work. But I think we have some really cool techniques in here. Let me know if you're going to try it. Some of these ideas. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the good people at Lightwish have given me a coupon code, which I'll leave in the description to save you a little bit of money on any of the sets of pastels that they offer. Okay? Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. This was super fun. Okay.